Hey there, journeyers. Nemo Ashong here. Thank you so much for letting me be a part of your actuarial journey. It's actually interesting. I don't typically go ahead and make live videos on the actuarial journey Facebook page, but you know what? I'm changing things up. We're heading into 2017, and from my standpoint here, what I want to do is I don't want to wait. I don't want to wait for January 1st to come around and then make some new things happen. So we're going to do that right now. We're going to do that starting today, and it's very funny because my wife is nearby, and we were talking. I'm like, "Oh, should I start today? Should I start tomorrow?" And she's like, "Hey, can you do me a favor? Take care of business real quick, and then we're gonna go out. We're gonna get some dinner. And we're gonna like go do some other things with the rest of the day." So it's really interesting though because where like that actually made me even more ready and more willing and more it helped me kind of just give me an indication that I really needed to make this video here. And for those of you who don't know me, my name is Nemo Ashong. I've been with I started Actuarial Journey 3 years ago, and through that time we've been really helping aspiring journeyers just like yourself to accomplish success along their journey. And where when I'm looking into 2017, what's been taking place is that I've been having some good one-on-one discussions and getting some good feedback from current journeyers out there as to what's working for them, what they would like to see more of, and such. And one of the number one things that keeps coming back here is this idea of personalization and accountability, right? About helping people do the things that they know they need to do, but they just aren't doing, right? And it got me thinking a lot about actuarial journey, where it started, like why I started it all. And as I was thinking through all that stuff, right, another thought came to mind. A thought of, you know what, hold on real quick. I'm going to take off my glasses because I think you are getting a lot of reflection. So here we go. Here goes, another thought came to mind, and followed by another thought, followed by another one. And essentially I just ran into this trap of getting caught in what I'm going to call analysis paralysis, a number of different ways to approach the same kind of situation and not actually taking action on all of them. And so there were a couple different things I was going to talk to you about here today. But what I want to start out here is really talk about what's fresh on the mind, because I think it's something that can help each of you. And I'm going to start, by start with me here. And so that is just the times on my journey where the drive for perfection has actually slowed me down rather than helping me out. So as you all know here, or as you may know, I said it again, right? I started Actuarial Journey 3 years ago. I was an actuary working as a consultant actuary in retirement. And shortly after I passed exam C and started working on the modules, I realized that like I really wanted to help others become actuaries. I realized that really that I was frustrated with the system and what we currently had available for us in terms of actuarial resources to study and such. It took me 6 years to get through exam C, and I'm like, this should not have been so hard. I looked at my friends in all these other different professions, and like they were just going off there and they had tons of different resources available to them. So I wanted to come out and help the actuarial world do something similar, do something on their own. So that's when we started out Actuarial Journey. And it's been interesting over these past few years because, in 20, I look at it, I kind of think there's PSL 1.0, right? That's not even Actuarial Journey, which was all about pro-social learning. And that's when we really started this concept of having accountability and creating a community. So we brought in like we did some group coaching, we did some group conversations around accountability, and really met every other week to really stay on track. Then we had Actuarial Journey 1.0, or just the introduction of Actuarial Journey. That happened in 2015 when we brought out the podcast for the first time. And so we had that podcast that was awesome. It's still going on there. And we had a number of different interviews, different sessions where I was able to share and talk to all of you journeyers, and that was wonderful. Fast forward to around this time in 2015, we actually made the transition there to Actuarial Journey 2.0. And 2.0 was really taking a look back at all the things we had done in 2015 and try and move us from the step of just taking in more information to taking action. And the reason for that is because, let's be real, in today's day and age, there is just information all over the place. There's You can go online and you can find the information that you're looking for, but the challenge with that is that there's so many different sources of info and so many different things that people are recommending. It's kind of hard to know, like, what's the next thing for you, what's the right thing for you, you know. And so you can kind of get trapped in exactly what I got trapped, which is like that analysis paralysis standpoint. Where should I go, or am I focusing on the right thing? And what comes next? And is this the right time to be doing this? And like, where should I be putting my energy? And so with that, we looked at the actuarial journey, and what came to mind was that while we were sharing different motivational stories and inspiration around there, it wasn't leading to, at least not from where we were seeing, action on people's behalf, right? Well, what's coming was that actuarial journey was just being another information source, but not able to help bridge the gap at the time to help people take action. So we decided to change it up with Actuarial Journey 2.0. And in 2.0, we really focused on the community and bringing people together, really led by me through some instructions. So we had the Get Hired program, which was a learning program where you would take 4-week program. You got to work with me, and we would really focus on the things that you needed to do to get hired, how you would differentiate yourself from others, how to find out at the drop of a hat what employers want, and what they're looking for from the actuarial candidates, and how you could demonstrate your unique value to different employers. And that was absolutely awesome. We got a chance to work with a number of different people and help them through their process, through and thinking through and actually coming up with solutions for each of them. We did that, and the Actuarial Journey Trailblazer community. We opened that up to more people throughout the year, and actually even changed the way that we even structured the community, such that everyone would have a chance to come in and participate in different events and different types of webinars and workshops and things that we were doing at Actuarial Journey. And that was a lot of 2016. It was actually pretty interesting for me because I can talk about it right now, and it's like the fast montage version of it all. Like, and then all these things happened really quickly, but that's not the case at all. All right. What happened was that it was a lot of work, a lot of working with you all, a lot of trial and error, and a lot of listening. And the place that we're currently at right now is getting ready for 2017 and Actuarial Journey 3.0, AJ 3.0, which is really taking all the things that we've built in the past, keeping them all there, but focusing on another layer, going another layer deeper, which is getting as focused as possible on you. By that, I mean personalized coaching and accountability. Taking time to focus on you so that you can get the results there. And it's interesting because I started this whole thing out with, like, perfectionism, and I figured we might as well actually talk about it. But I wanted the idea of perfectionism is something that throughout all of these various stages, from PSL all the way to AJ 3.0, it's been something that has kept me from being able to be as awesome as I want to for you. And the reason for that is because there's so much that I want to do, so much that I want to deliver, that I get caught sometimes on thinking through what is the best thing for you all. And what has come to my attention really through not just feedback between us journeyers and trailblazers and myself, but through working with my coach and thinking through the things that have worked for me, and when this portion of that analysis paralysis was at its lowest. And the time that came to mind, it was just really funny because we recently celebrated Thanksgiving. Right at the time of this recording, that was yesterday, actually. So happy Black Friday. But the the time that came to mind of when, like, analysis paralysis was like most out of my game was right at the like right when I joined this thing called Fire Nation Elite, which was a mastermind for entrepreneurs that were looking to build businesses that would help people and to create success with it. And the thing about that was that throughout that process there, throughout my time with them, I got an opportunity to get feedback from other people there. So anytime I was working on something, I could just quickly toss out some suggestions as to like I could quickly toss out something to get suggestions back. You know, I was attending various events that they threw. I also had a chance to meet new people from all across the world who were in a similar boat as I was, and we would get chances to create some time on our own to talk through what we're working through and to kind of move forward from there. And I also got a chance to work with John Lee Dumas and Kate Erickson through that. And they were able to be like kind of mentors from afar and from directly as a result of that. And that was something that really helped me move forward. I also had a chance then kind of fast forward into now and thinking about, okay, now more recently, I'm no longer a part of Financial Elite. That's no longer available to people. What is working for me right now? And something that's been working for me that really surprised me is working with my coach. And my coach is Coach Kreese. And it's actually it's been an interesting journey with her because basically we meet roughly every other week. And when we talk through actuarial journey and some of the things I'm looking to do and some of the barriers that I have or challenges that I'm looking to face that I'm trying to get through. And through these experiences here, she's like what I've found is that every time I talk to her, whatever I'm currently working on, whatever I'm currently stuck on, like by the end of the conversation, that thing is not only gone, but like I have been like rejuvenated and I'm like ready to jump out to the world and jump out to all of you journeyers and trailblazers out there and make a difference again, you know? And it's interesting because the thing that gets me is this idea of perfectionism and how that played into my journey, right? So the question of should we do another workshop, and if so, what workshop should it be, or should we do coaching, or should we do a community, and all these different questions that just kept coming up. And to tell you the truth, they will keep coming up because, quite frankly, I'm just really committed to getting you all the best results as possible. But what I was able to find through this experience here is that it's not necessarily about knowing what the answer is before you start. I could not tell you in 2013 when we first started out with Actuarial Journey here for social learning that I would be like spending time connecting with you on a live video here, you know, connecting with you through a podcast. It wasn't even on my radar at the time, you know? And what really came to fruition is this idea of moving through perfectionism because quite frankly there's no such thing. But in order to really be successful and to really be able to bring your dreams to life, it's having the ability to handle any challenge that comes up and making sure that you can move through that challenge as quickly as possible so that you are just able to continue making progress. You know, removing friction, removing barriers, removing challenges, removing obstacles, and just taking action and making things happen, right? And I think back to that along my actuarial journey. And, you know, for me, the biggest obstacle that I had, you know, was a little bit less about perfectionism at that time. And the obstacle there was studying when I said I was going to study. I had so many preconceived notions, and they were just like, about like the right way to approach studying, the right way to approach studying while working, and the right way to approach studying while being a young 20 something in New York City. And what happened was that I spent several years trying things out and kind of like, you know, sometimes I would get results, sometimes I wouldn't. And it took 6 years. Like literally, I submitted like the results. I clicked the button on exam C to say submit results. And it was one of those times where like I clicked it and I'm like, I know I passed this. I'm just curious by how much I passed it. And the next thought was, sheesh, if I knew what I knew right now when I first was taking exams, like I would be in a completely different place. I would be like, I would have had my ASA and been working on my FSA at this time. And those obstacles along the way, the times where when I said I was going to study, but I wasn't, the times when I was focused on the wrong study strategy, you know, all those things, those obstacles, I didn't have anyone to go to. I didn't know the right resources to use. And if I could right now, like I would have gotten a coach at that time to help me move forward. I would have gotten a coach at that time to help me take a look back and to talk to me on the real, on the real, but like to keep things honest with me and to be a mirror to what I was doing, to hold me accountable when I said that I wanted to put in 40 hours worth of studying during the week and I was consistently doing 15 or 20, to help me see some of the expectations that I was setting at work that weren't really serving me or my fellow employees or my managers. Things that would have helped accelerate not only the results I would have gotten on each of the projects, but also the times that I got to study on my study days. And when I think about that, like that really hits home. That really hits home to me because, with the actuarial journey altogether, we have to self-police in a sense, right? We have to control our own destinies. And there are some great things that I've learned and that I still apply as a result of my actuarial work, you know? And there's some things that without being an actuary, I don't think I would be able to do now, like having a discipline to spend time working on something that, what the value is, but others may not see at that current time. That all that stuff was worthwhile. But there are things that I've learned as an entrepreneur. And there's things that I've learned now that I wish I had known back then. And be honest, I wish that it was available for me back then. And that's where I want to like kind of leave today off here. Like as we move into 2017, I want to make that available for you. I want to make that available for you and for any other journeyer. And to tell you the truth, anyone else that's looking to make a monumental leap forward in their journey. I've been talking a lot about. Well, let me say this. If you're interested here, I would like to give you a chance to get that kind of personalized coaching with a powerful one-on-one coaching session with me. It's really simple. Just go to actuarialjourney.com/AJ coaching and you can sign up for one of the available coaching sessions with me. What we're doing is that in January, we're launching a new program. And in this program, it's new, but it's at the same time, it's not, to tell you the truth. It's new because we're bringing in new elements to it to help get you even better results. Since 2014, when I started Pro Social Learning, I've been working with a small group of people on a regular basis where we meet for one-on-one coaching to help look at where they're heading in the upcoming weeks in their actuarial journey. And then we also couple that with regular biweekly group coaching calls, where with this format that we've taken, we've helped people go about and go from not passing any exams to passing 2 exams in a year, or from changing careers and not having any traction with their actuarial success to getting a job and being in that job for over a year now and continuing to have success, or from having like being at a place where the ASA has been within reach for a number of months, a number of years, and not really finishing the process, right? So someone who's all they needed to do was finish the modules for the ASA and hadn't done that as yet. To that same person now, I'm smiling. It makes me happy. That same person now just being mere months away from obtaining their fellowship once they complete the last parts of the requirements. So we've had this through this what I'll call success program, and typically it's just been a very small group here. And what I've decided to do is that in 2017, in relation to AJ 3.0, and being able to give more personalized accountability and to actually help you get your results faster than you could on your own, to accelerate that for you, we're really gonna we're gonna be creating more of these kinds of small groups, groups of 5 to 6 people who meet on a regular basis and get some one-on-one coaching with me as well to help them align their goals with let's not even say there, you help you align your goals with what you want to do, and to get that that benefit that I got from Fire Nation Elite of knowing other people and getting them to help out along the journey. That benefit that I get from Coach Kreese, where being able to talk to someone about me specifically and getting their expertise to help move me forward in my journey, so that I can come back to all of you and help move you forward in your journey. So I'm very excited because 2017 is going to be all about this personalization, accountability, holding your feet to the fire. And I'll be honest with you, it's one of those things where like we have at this point just 20 people that are going to be invited to be a part of this program. It is it's a program that when talking to people and getting feedback from them, one of the main things that kept coming up was that they wanted to be challenged. They wanted someone to hold their feet to the fire and to provide a framework for success with specific actions that they needed to take, and for someone to help them remain accountable to those actions. I get excited by this because one of the things that starting with AJ 2.0 in particular, but it's always been a big part of Actuarial Journey, was to get you results faster than you could on your own, to have you work less and get better results. There, I said it. I know maybe I'm being greedy, but I want you to work less and get better results. I want you to do it while being you. I want you to do it while being able to have fun with your friends and family. I want you to be able to do it while moving forward in your career. And I want you to do it knowing fully well that no matter what comes up, you'll be taken care of because you have people who are dedicated to seeing you succeed. Okay, cool. Got a little intense there, so I'll take a step back. But I want you to know we're offering this for you. We want to see you there. Come down to actuarialjourney.com/AJ coaching and schedule a one-on-one session with me, Nemo, right now. Let's make it happen. Actuarialjourney.com/AJ coaching. We'll end today off here. You'll see me again on Facebook Live. If you can go ahead and let other people know that Actuarial Journey is now doing live Facebook videos, and they can just join the Facebook page and like the Facebook page in order to get them. That will go a long way. And yeah, we'll continue this here. We'll continue this journey. I'm going to ask each of you here, and I'm going to be following up on the comments on this here. Like, where has perfectionism slowed you down on your actuarial journey? I'd love to hear about this. I'll talk through this here with you. And then we can go ahead and talk about that or whatever you feel is your current challenge and roadblock in an upcoming one-on-one exploration coaching session. All right. It's a full session. It's not like any like teaser thing. It's like, let's get into this. Let's help you out. And then from there, we can see if you would be a good fit or if the program would be a good fit for you, quite frankly, for additional accountability and personalized help along your journey to help you get to your next goal in the next 3 to 6 months. All right, cool. So we'll end it there. Have a wonderful day. Here's to your continued success. Journey on.